3, 2, 1. Did we get the shot? Yes. When it comes to photography, choosing a lens is sometimes one of the most difficult parts. You know exactly what you want to shoot, but when it comes to actually choosing your gear, you're just overwhelmed and confused and don't actually know which lens to choose. This is something that I still experience to this day after 12 years of doing photography. So, I thought today I want to challenge myself, and we're going to be going into the streets of Amsterdam doing a bit of street photography, but I just wanted to challenge myself to use only one lens. And the lens that we're going to be using is the Sigma 35mm f1.4. So we're going to be doing some POV street photography, and I'm also going to be telling you a little bit about why I like to just choose one lens when going out and doing street photography. So let's go into the streets of Amsterdam, POV mode, and let's shoot street photography only using the 35mm f1.4. We've got a nice little boat coming here. What's my settings doing? I put the exposure compensation down a bit. Maybe get more of a flat shot composed with the buildings. Yeah, literally. Oh, that's really cool. There's two people just in their house up there. Nice. Oh yeah.
Because Schiphol Airport, they like open up.
Alright, so first reason why shooting on a prime lens is kind of going to make you a better photographer is that you have to think more about your composition. So let's say we've got these boats coming down here right now. Instead of just like zooming in right now to get the shot, I've got to think, okay, I can only shoot at one focal range, so how do I want to compose this shot? Do I want to maybe compose it like this? And depending on what you want to do, you actually have to move with your feet and like come in closer or move back further away. Like maybe we want to shoot through these things here, through these little poles, and we can create a little frame like that. But it just gets your brain thinking about composition in such a different way that you wouldn't usually get if you have a zoom lens, where you can just go like, boop, zoom in, get the shot. So like maybe we can shoot through this bike, for example. That's an interesting shot. This area, like I live in the Netherlands, but I live 1.5 hours, even longer, by train from here. Whereas Dike, you live like how far?
Yeah, half-hour bicycle.
Yeah, so
Super chill.
Dike knows this area a lot better. But yeah, I mean, where I live, it's all right for photography, but like here in the center of Amsterdam, there's just so much more characters, so many more people, so many more things just going on, which is perfect.
Sitting outside their house and
exactly. Yeah, I'll get this photo actually. Maybe we can like use a bit of the reflection of the car here to get that shot. But yeah, it's nice to come to an area that's a bit more busy, because when you're doing street photography, you obviously want to capture moments, and the more people there are, the more moments that you get to capture. Nice.
I love that small red boat.
Kinderen uit de Jordaan.
Is hij helemaal leeg?
Ja, ik heb een foto gemaakt. Wat vind je daarvan?
Lijpe foto.
Ja? Gaaf jongens.
Dank u wel.
Alsjeblieft, fijne dag nog. Cool photo. Nice. So much greenery around here as well. See, well, that's the thing with 35. You see a shot, you can't really get a zoomed in version because it's so... Even this, just a nice pattern of these leaves. A nice shot. It's a bit hard to see, but there's boxing gloves just hanging up there. Oh, there's a nice patch of light here, just hitting this one flower. That's so nice. Nice kind of building facade with some nice lighting, and then obviously with the subject just kind of in the middle of the frame's also really nice. And yeah, that's just what's nice about the 35mm focal length in general. It's wide, but it's also got depth. So it's a aperture f1.4. Oh, meanwhile we got this bird here. Can I try to get a shot of this bird flying away? Did we? Yes. It's a cute dog.
I got like 8 shots.
So Scottish. Is this your dog?
Yes.
Oh, it's very
did
cute.
you take a picture?
Yeah.
Oh yes,
It's
that's
so
our
cute.
dog.
What's
yes.
his
Her
name? Oh, her name?
Athena.
Athena.
Yeah.
Hello,
yeah.
Athena.
She loves this on Saturday when he gets it. Aww.
I can send you these photos if you
Oh
like.
my god.
Yeah, Athena.
Athena.
How old is she?
She's 11.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you
Old
from?
girl. I'm from Australia.
Oh,
but
okay. Are you
yeah.
visiting?
I
Europe?
live in the Netherlands.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
live in the
moved here.
Netherlands.
Yeah, 3 years ago. My
Okay.
girlfriend's Dutch,
Okay.
so yeah,
Nice,
moved
yeah.
here. Enjoy.
yeah.
All the best
Bye.
in Japan as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Have a lovely
Bye-bye.
day.
There's actually so many like little pockets of like scenes happening here. It's awesome.
Right.
So many. Is it down here still?
Oh, for street. We got to cross.
Yeah, even this is such a nice shot over
Yeah,
here.
this one is.
Look at this doggy here. I like the shot even just from the front here. It's very nice. So what I like here is we've got this red bike, we've got these two beautiful colors, the red bike, and then we have the green of this fern plant, and we've got this nice soft lighting coming down on it. So with the 35mm, I'll kind of like get a bit of more of an overhead shot, just so we can capture the right detail of the fern, because the leaf is from this angle, so we want to match that angle with the camera, because if we shoot it like too much of like a lower angle, just a bit more of an awkward shot, whereas if we shoot it from a little bit higher up, you can just get a nice cinematic frame. And as you can see, like I'm moving around my camera, and like when you're shooting on a prime lens, obviously because you can't zoom, you're going to be moving around a lot. And just trust me, if you haven't tried it yet, once you do try it, you'll just be thinking about your composition so much differently, and I definitely think it makes your compositions better.
To shoot it, then to not shoot it.
Yeah, well, these guys are cool. Oh, nice, I nailed it.
Oh, so good.
Wow, see, this is the thing about the Netherlands. People like, two people ride on the same bike. Like, I don't see that anywhere else in the world.
Yeah. Or like one person's riding 2 bikes.
Yeah. They're like holding another bike next to them. Let me see what's going on. It's kind of a nice shot with the shadows. It's funny, like people are trying to like walk out of the frame. It's like, you are the image.
Yeah, no, I'm like, please stay.
Like, you're the whole reason I've got my camera up right now. Can we get like a little bit of a longer shutter? So like I'm going to shoot at f16, which is the highest aperture on this lens, and then I'll shoot at like 1/20th of a second, which means when someone walks by, or rides by actually, if we get someone riding by on their bike, that'll be a nice kind of like motion blur shot. And now we play the street photography game called the waiting game. Okay, so we do have a cyclist coming now. So I'm going to set up the shot. I'm going to pre-focus. So now my focus is on the thing, put it to manual focus. And now all we have to do, let me put it, actually no, I'm going to time it perfectly. Bang, bang. Did we get it? Oh! Nice, that was the other one. That one's kind of cool as well.
Nice.
I don't know which one I like better. Oh, there's actually someone coming with 2 bikes. Literally what we were just talking about. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Nice. Yeah. The bird. It's also a nice shot. I'm framing it in between these two signs here. And then we'll just wait for the boat to come into the center of the frame. Nice. Yeah?
Anthropic's currently one of the most sought after employers. They have so many applicants because everyone wants to work there.
So you got this subject coming in. And click. Oh. One shot, that's all we need. This 35mm here, the Sigma 35mm, has an aperture of f1.4, which means that it's super versatile. If you want to shoot in low light situation, like you're going to be shooting at sunset into night, you can easily capture dark, like photos in low light situations without getting... Darky almost just got run over by these bikes. You can capture photos in low light situations without having too much grain in your photos. As well as that, it means that if you're like getting up close to something, you have the wideness of 35mm, but then you also get the depth of a lower aperture. So it's just a super versatile and fun lens, and I find every time that I go out with this lens, I always end up coming home with some banger photos that I'm actually proud of and keen to post to Instagram. The last thing that I want to tell you about prime lens is essentially that it's just good to pick one lens, because when you're wanting to do street photography specifically, you don't want to be having like a full camera bag of different lenses, because it's just going to be heavy the whole day. You're going to be out shooting the whole day and you're going to be like having a sore back, and the whole experience of going out and taking photos is just not as fun. So having a lightweight setup is something that I really prioritize nowadays when I'm traveling. So keep it small, keep it minimal, keep it just one simple lens. But yeah, that is all for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. As always, don't think, just do.